Hey everyone, welcome back to the Stay-at-Home Bookkeeper Behind the Business. Today we're tackling one of the biggest questions that new bookkeepers ask. What do I actually say to get my first client? Have you ever wondered that? If so, we're going to ask you to be very interactive with us, so put that in the chat. So, what do I actually say to get my first client?
Yes, so while you're posting those in the chat below, we have the awesome, the amazing Robin McMahon here to answer some of these questions for us today. She is not only our Academy mindset coach, she's also the CEO of Back in Black Bookkeeping. She has an incredible story. She and her husband built their business from scratch. She retired him from corporate and created total freedom in their lives. Plus, as I like to say, she is the queen of positive energy, good vibes, and she is helping so many people in our academy every day just step into their confidence. So, Robin, welcome. Happy to have you here.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here and thank you for that lovely introduction. I really appreciate
Awesome.
it.
So, for anybody who may not know you, can you just introduce yourself and share a little bit about your journey?
Yeah, so first and foremost, I like to wear this on like everywhere I go. I'm Canadian. I live in Vancouver, British Columbia, so I'm on the West Coast. So anybody here that's from Canada, we will help you with the Canadian books. So just want to tell you that. So I started my career for a very large global company in marketing, and it was great, but boy, does it help you to feel pretty, low and small about yourself. I left that because of some of my own personal things, and that company wasn't fitting my values anymore either. I went on to become a coach, a parent coach, because I struggled in my parenting, and I realized there was another way to really help my kids connect with me and get better behavior. That's where I met Tiffany Higgins from the Stay at Home Bookkeeper Academy. And I helped her with her kids. And there was a time where I was really struggling in my business. And because I was struggling in my business, I just needed something different. Tiffany and I stayed connected, and she's like, "Hey, do you want to do some sales calls for me?" And I was like, "Ugh, no, but yes, I need to do something." So I got on these calls and started talking to people about bookkeeping. And then two things happened. One, I was like, everybody's saying the same thing. Everybody's got the same fears, the same worries. And why am I not doing this with my life? Why am I not doing this? This is an incredible that you're not just teaching me how to be a bookkeeper, you're teaching me how to build a business.
Mhm.
When I was a parent coach, it was like, here's how to be a parent coach. Bye. But I didn't know how to build a business. This was everything. And it wasn't just for now, it was for the future. So I said to my husband one day, I'm like, babe, like, this is amazing. And he's like, yeah, but I wouldn't want to do this, this, and this. And I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't want to do this, this, and this. He's like, well, I'll do that. And I'm like, well, I'll do this. And it was like, oh, okay, well, this is great. And we literally have never looked back. Now, there's more to the story. There's some financial stuff that came into the picture. It's a hard time for struggle, but that's really what brought us here. And we are now we're rolling into year 3, and it has been the best thing I have ever done with my life ever.
Wow.
Well, let's dive into that a little bit here. So let's set the stage, Robin. Why do you think messaging and outreach feels so intimidating for new business owners?
Okay, we all feel that way, first of all. Okay, like you're no different than the rest of us, and we've done it. We've done it, and we're successful. So it's uncomfortable. You feel vulnerable. And look, nothing great ever happened inside your comfort zone. So we're like in our little box, and now we're outside of it, and our brain is going, whoa, like what we've done up to this point has kept us alive. And so there's a mindset piece, right? There's a survival that like everything I've done, I've survived 100% of the days that I've lived before me. And now this is different. I've never done this before. And so it's just fear. Your brain brings in anxiety. And if you just know that, look, this is just your brain not knowing what to do with this new experience, you can just say, it's okay. I'm going to do it anyway. It's uncomfortable, but I'm already uncomfortable over here. And this discomfort is what will lead you to the new thing. And the messaging that I really encourage, I'm just going to say what I really encourage, is that we're out to help businesses. Most of the people that are here are kind-hearted, giving people. We're helpers. I always say to people in my calls, you position yourself as a helper. I'm just here to help your business. I love helping local businesses. I love helping landscaping businesses. I love helping auto businesses. Whatever it is, I love helping. And that really helps you to not feel like I'm selling you, right? I'm just here to help you.
I love that. And your energy when you talk, just you can feel it. You can feel
Yeah,
the love of you helping people,
I
and that
mean
just
it.
you that portrays in when you're talking to people. So I
Yeah.
love that. And I think you have to just I always tell people, like I have children and grandchildren. When you talk about your grandchildren, like your joy, the way you talk about things is so different than
Exactly.
talk about other things. You should talk about your business just like that. Like you should have so much love and passion about doing it that it just comes naturally when you're talking about it. I love that. Thank you.
And business owners want you to talk about their business like that too, right? Because that's what they feel about their business, you know?
Yep. Yep. So one of the things that I've heard you talk a lot about is actually confidence and connections instead of just being perfection, right? So why do you say that and why is that so important when you're just now starting out?
Look, perfectionism, so many people won't start until it's ready. Won't start until like I've got this and this. And I get it. I get it. Because you feel like maybe you need something in order to like go out there. But the thing is that it doesn't matter. We have people in the program that have accounting backgrounds and they're still stalling. It's a mindset thing. Like you just need to go out and do it. You you just have to go out there and know that every time you talk to someone, you're going to refine your message a little more. Every time you make a mistake, it's like, okay, I got that mistake out of the way, right? And it's okay. Like we just are worried about being vulnerable. And if you can just get through the first few uncomfortable situations, you will learn who you are, what you really want. You'll talk to people. And the fact of the matter is, you have to dive deep, dig deep so that you
See,
can get in front of people. Otherwise, you won't grow your business. Right. So I get it. It's fear. And if you can just even acknowledge, like, I'm just scared. Okay. That's what it is. I'm scared. Okay. And I'm going to do it scared. And I'm going to do it anyway. Right. I'm not scared and I'm going to go away. I'm scared and I want this so bad that I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it scared. And I've made mistakes. I've fallen flat on my face. I've embarrassed myself, but so what? So what? I now make really good money. So like, I'll take those experiences over the money that I make.
Amen to that. And I think when we talk about perfectionism in planning, I'm an operator. I'm the kind of person I like a checklist, I like a
Yeah.
plan. But
yes.
if you realize how much time is wasted if you spend a month planning for something when you could have spent a day thinking about it and then 30 days taking small action, you've probably failed and learned and gotten so much farther in that time when you've been trying to plan your way out of what might happen. So I think that's really important.
Yeah, and I encourage people to look, even if it's 20 minutes a day of laser focus into doing something that will move your business forward, you will never regret it. You will never regret it. 20 minutes. Most people are so busy, like, oh, worried about all the things, like I got to do this. Like, hold on. Who do you know that you can talk to right now? Who do you know that has a business? Who do you know that knows somebody that has a business? You have people in your life right now that you can talk to that will help you. People also want to help you. So reach out to those people. They're all there.
I love that. So you're starting to get into my next question. We're talking about taking action. Let's
Yeah.
let's forget making a detailed plan. But what action can people take? So before you, Robin, you had your
Yeah.
website or your pricing and everything all figured out. What did you do to get that first client? What are some actions people can take?
Okay, so great question. Look, I worked for this big company, so I really had to humble myself, right? I made flyers and I went around and I handed flyers out to the businesses that are around here with bookkeeping information. By the way, those are resources we have in the academy. So if you want to do that, you can take my flyer if you want or anybody else's. I went and I talked to people. I joined the chamber. I also updated my LinkedIn. I made a Facebook business page. You don't have to have a website. You don't have to have all the business cards. I did a hi hello, like just a QR code, and went and met people, and then you scan my code. You don't have to have all of the bells and whistles, and don't wait until you do, because you're just wasting time when you could be making money. My goal was to make money. And I know that some people aren't comfortable with that, but that was my goal. I needed to make, because I had to, I needed to make money. So what was I going to do today that was going to make me money? That was going to bring me new clients? That's what I had to do.
So let's go back to you. You mentioned you have people in your life who could help you
Yeah.
or may have businesses.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that outreach.
Yeah.
What is a message that you could recommend people sending you? I just started my business and I'm nervous to announce it to my friends,
Yeah.
people in my life. What is a simple message that they could send to people in their network to let them know that they are open for business?
Okay, so you got to start positive, because I think what people sort of think is like, oh, they're probably going to think that I failed at the X, Y, and Z thing that I'm doing, and oh, now she's got to do this, and now it's just, like, okay, stop it. Come to mindset call first. We'll work on that. Really positive. Hey, I am so excited to let you know that, I've just started a new bookkeeping business. And maybe you want to just acknowledge the elephant in the room. Like, I know you probably never saw this coming, but here I am. I've discovered something that I really love. And if you are, if you have a business, and I did this to my friends, I said, hey, do you have a bookkeeper in your business? We'd love to help you. Do you know anybody that has a business? Could you introduce me? You have to ask. The answer is always no if you never ask. At least if you ask, you might get a no, but you also might get a yes. Okay. You also need to, like, who do you do business with? Who already knows you, likes you, and trusts you? Hey, look, I'm doing this thing. We think that we can't be new at something. We think that we can't be learning something. Well, why not? Why
Mhm.
not? You can say the thing that you think is the worst thing ever, is that I'm a new bookkeeper. It's okay. I'm a new bookkeeper. Doesn't mean you don't know anything. It just means you're new. I'm starting a new business. Everybody knows what that's like, who's a business owner, right? So there's the mindset piece and there's the action piece. Like, hey, who can you introduce me to? And be really positive about it. And also, like, dig into that confidence, whether you have it or not, fake it. Be confident and be really positive. People will respond. And if they don't take it personally, move on. Move on. We don't all have supportive families and friends, so move on.
So let's talk about moving on for just a minute. However, so okay, let's just say I'm new and I've sent out my outreach message to try to get business.
Mm.
But okay, how and now you got to do follow up. How can someone follow up if they've reached out before and maybe it fizzled out for whatever reason, they just didn't respond or it didn't work out well, what without it feeling pushy? What would you suggest there?
That's a really good question. We're so afraid of being pests. We're so afraid of being afraid. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And you know what? People forget. People get busy. So you've got to, like, ignore the chatter, all of the doubt, right? Remember, we have a negativity bias. We're going to think negative things before we think a positive thing. Why? It's just, there's a lot of reason why. So we have to just push that aside, and we have to just say, hey, I'm just touching base. Hey, you know what? It's the start of fall. Here's a $5 gift card to get your favorite pumpkin spice latte. Hey, it's the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. Just thinking about you, wishing you and your family the absolute best. Whatever it is, have an excuse. Happy, whatever day it is today, right? Just, I was thinking about you. I just want to wish you all the best. Do you know anybody, like, have you thought about bookkeeping? Yes or no? You don't take it personally, but you keep people in mind. One other thing that I really, really, really suggest: follow people on their socials, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever else, and like their posts, engage with their posts, comment on their posts, so that you stay top of mind, because we all like people who like our posts. We're all desperate for people to like our own posts. So do what other people want, what you want for other people, and that will make you top of mind. And they'll be like, hey, you know what? This girl keeps liking my posts, and you said you need a bookkeeper. Go talk to her. It will
Well,
it will work.
or even reference it to start those conversations, right?
There you
Because
go.
then it gives you a point of conversation of whether it's
Perfect.
like their dog or their grandchild or whatever. It doesn't feel so awkward, right? So I
Totally. And see, this is why we're such a great team, because, like, I didn't think of that, but yeah, it's perfect.
well, okay, so here's something because personally, like I like to do texting and video texting, things like that, but a lot of times
Okay.
texting and DMs can be a quick way for someone to do a reach out. What would you say is a good example of a text or a DM that they can send to a potential client?
I usually, well, it's just like, hey, it's Robin here from Back in Black Books. I'm just checking in. How are things with business? Can we connect? I like there to be a call to action.
Hmm.
That's important. Like always put your booking link in, always put, this is how you can reach me. Otherwise, it's just like, yeah, okay. It's like you're still like encouraging them, right? Assume they don't know your number. Assume they don't know who you are. Assume that they don't have your email or your link or whatever. So you always give it. That's what I always do.
Yeah, see, and I do videos. So just 2 cents
Nice.
there. I do little mini videos on my phone and then I send it because then they have a picture of me. So like going back to what you said about, let's say they had maybe their dog got hit by a car. Had this with a client recently. And so then I sent a video just checking in about their dog just to find out how it was. Well, they're going to remember me now because I mentioned their dog and because now they've
Yeah.
got my video of my face. I'm human versus it just being
Yeah.
a text or an email, right? I'm a human really caring about their dog. So I think anything that you can do in regards to DMs, texting, emails, if you
Yeah.
can make it personal,
Yeah.
you're going to get
Yeah.
clients. So I love
100%.
that.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to connect that back to something you said earlier about send a gift card for, a $5 drink. That's so funny you said that because maybe an hour and a half ago I got an email from a service that we were talking to, but we decided to pause, looking at that service, and they sent me a $20 Starbucks gift card. And so for an hour I thought, man, I need to call them, if they're sending me
Yeah.
a gift card out of nowhere. And I had never thought of that. So it's so funny you mentioned that. That just happened to me today. And all I've been thinking
Cool.
about is that business. Well, maybe I should rethink that. That was very nice of them.
Right? It is.
I love that.
Not very
So
many people do that. So it
I
stands out.
know, I
Yeah.
know, good for them. So,
Yeah.
so another, we've talked a little bit about this. People are afraid to put themselves out there because they're of their immense fear of rejection.
Oh,
You help students specifically in our group reframe that fear of rejection to keep them going, to get them to take action.
okay. I always say that before I want to say like so many things. You win. In other words, you get a yes or you learn. If you get a no, great. Moving on. Moving on. Like really, truly, like if you get a no, do not dwell on the no. It just means it wasn't the right fit. And it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It just means that it didn't work. Look, we're talking about money and people with money. And people are weird when it comes to money. Money has energy, whether you have it, whether you don't have it, whether you're making it, whether you're not making it, right? So
Mhm.
you just need to recognize that some things don't work for people. And I literally visualize a line of people. And if you come to my calls, I will say it. A line of people who I don't know yet that are just right here waiting to work with us,
Yeah.
waiting to come into our sphere where they are going to get to work with us. So that no just gets me closer to the one that's going to say yes. And I know that they're going to say yes because I'm great at what I do and I love helping businesses. I know it. And even when I didn't know it, I said that to myself because I know who I am, and you all know who you are too. You know you are good, kind-hearted people. I know you are, otherwise you wouldn't be here. So you are just there to help them. And you gotta just take that's a part of growth. Growth is not a straight line between A and B. It's a line that goes like woo, right? Like up and down, back and forth, right?
Mhm.
It's okay. It's part of the journey. And we fool ourselves into thinking that a no is not supposed to happen. Why not? But a yes is supposed to happen, and it will.
I love that. Thank you. I always tell people like when I'm getting close, I have a magical number that if I talk to like 10 people,
Yeah.
then that 10, then every time I get a no, I'm like, well, yes, now I'm just that much closer to the yes, right? So like it's a matter of just reframing it in your head of what, how like it's not a negative, it's I'm getting closer to my positive, right? So
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
that's if anyone here, if that resonates with you, I want to make sure you're still following us. So put me in the chat box because we definitely want to make sure that we're asking all the questions that you have here today while we have Robin. So really quickly, I've got a couple more questions, and I know we've used a lot of your time, and I'm so grateful for you today, Robin. But here's the one of the questions I see a lot. What is your advice for someone who feels, let's say, awkward or salesy by
Yeah.
trying to put themselves out there? What would you say for them to start or to do there?
You don't, first of all, you don't want to overthink it. You
Mhm.
really just want to have a conversation with someone. You're just talking to someone. You don't have to be me. You don't have to be super like I am. Look, this is who I am, right? I'm energetic. Yes, I'm positive. I'm a little like quirky. And I have learned to just accept that about myself. But some people are more serious. Some people are more quiet, and that's okay. Be who you are, right? People will like you no matter what if you are authentic. And you're just having a conversation, you're just talking to someone. And you're listening too. Do you know how many people just want to be listened to?
Mhm.
That is powerful for people, like on a human level. I just want you to hear me. And like some people just want to talk to you about their business. And for you to say, yeah, I hear that. I know that's hard too. And I can help you. I can be here to help you through that and be somebody that you can lean on and trust. It's really not, it's really simple. It's really simple.
I think you just nailed it. They're human too, right?
Yeah.
So if you can just speak to them and talk to them like you would, like what we talk about is tacos and tequila, right? If you could just talk to them as if you're having dinner with them, then it will work. But if you're just trying to pitch them and it's salesy, it's not going to work. People want to talk, they want to work with people that they like and yeah, right? So that human element is just so important.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm going to ask one last question because we have so many people that this is such an engaging conversation, and I know it means a lot to people, but I want to leave everyone, all of our viewers here today with one thing. And that what is that? If you could leave here today with one big mindset shift on getting your first client, what would that be? What would you leave our viewers here today with? One thing. How do they shift? What would be one thing they could shift today?
I'm gonna go. I, I I'm gonna go with it takes no more effort to have a thought of success
Mm.
and and money. Let's just say the word money than it does to have a thought of poverty and loss. It takes no more energy, so why not think the thought of wealth? And the numbers are in your favor, my friends. The numbers are in your favor. There's like over 30 million businesses.
Yeah,
They're,
38 million small businesses, I think, and
and I just need a
1.7 million
handful.
bookkeepers. They're the math. Do the math.
Need a handful to like get a mindset aside. Like you're crazy if you don't realize that you're so needed out there. Nobody here's competing with you. We just want you to get there. So like the numbers are great, and you can do this. If I could do this, I never wanted to be a bookkeeper my whole life. You could do this. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Robin. Awesome. All right, Emily, anything else here? And thank you guys for all being on here and viewing with us today. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I want everybody to share what their favorite quote was from Robin today because there were just so many. I mean, I leave every conversation with Robin with just mind blown. I love it. What we learned today is you do not need to have a perfect plan, a perfect pitch to get started. You just need the courage to take some action, be authentic, and connect with the people around you to grow your business. And remember that your first client could just be one DM away. Your first client is just one no away. So this has just been awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Robin. I am going to share my screen.
There you go. If you can do that. And if
Oh,
you guys were watching with us today, and if you're ready to take that first step, if you would like to work with some of our coaches like Robin, who you get to work with all the time, I want you to scan the QR code here on this slide. It's going to take you to a page where you can grab a free clarity call with our entire team. We'll have team members that will be able to take a call. We'll share with you what it takes to get into the academy, how to work with people like Robin and our other coaches. There's no pressure. I can promise you that. It's just a conversation, kind of like just today. just we'll ask you some questions, find out where you are in your journey, and find out what's possible for you. And then that way we can see if we can start working with you. Our goal is to make this a win for you. If you have any doubt, we will have answers for you. So please, 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 all I can say to you is you're never going to get there if you don't take that first step. So scan that QR code, take that first step, get a call with our team. Let's see if we can help you inside of the academy. And thank you so much for joining us today. We really
Yes.
appreciate it.